All right. Joseph, are you there?
Yeah, man. How's it going, man?
Okay, doing crazy. This is unbelievable. Where's the crowd? They're all on Rumble. We got some people on Rumble, but this is
Yeah.
absolutely unbelievable. Almost every day we're killing it. Look at this. Our top two
Look at
picks for the
this.
day. I mean, this is just going to be nice and short and easy. Top
Yeah.
two picks for the day. ACHR. We gave this to you this morning before before 7 a.m. when the stock was $5. In fact, you still could have
Oh,
gotten a
Ben, I
little.
just want to say, I think on Twitter, your story trading is muted.
My story trading is muted on Twitter. All right,
I should say
so
X.
on X. Yeah, I was looking for. Okay, here we go. Okay, now here we go. Good. So top pick for the day, ACHR. This is just unbelievable. We got this at 5. We gave you a target of 550 in pre-market. It hit 550 to the penny, and and we sold half there. But man, did we get back in? I don't know if we got back in the half that we sold.
Yeah, we added some. Yeah, when it pulled back to, I did it pull. Yeah, it pulled back to like 530s and high 520s. We added some there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
at 550 break, I think I gave you a target of $6 to $8. I said if it breaks 558, actually 558 was a 52-week high. Said if we break 558, your target's $6 to $8, and this is how we do it at Story Trading. We're looking at sentiment, catalysts, fundamentals to predict technical breakouts. Right, we're way ahead of the technical traders. So we're following this company for a long time. We know the fundamentals. We have a long-term position in it. When we saw the catalyst this morning of $142 million deal with the U.S. Air Force, we knew what that would mean for the fundamentals. We guessed what that would mean for the sentiment and the psychology. That's always, a little bit of a interpretation and experience of my 30 years of experience, figuring out how's the market going to react to that. And we gave you the target of 550 and then 6 to 8 on a 558 break. That was our number one pick of the day. By the way, what was our number one pick of the day on Friday? It was Palantir. It was 1690 Friday morning. We gave you a target of 19 to the low 20s, and it got there in 2 days. We got to 19. I believe we probably sold some at 19, and we're on track. We're on track for the low 20s on Palantir. What was our number two top pick for the day? Guys, this is all on video. If you're a Story Trading VIP, you saw this live. At 9:15 a.m., we went through the whole list and we said, ACHR, your number one pick for the day. GoodRx, your number two pick for the day. And very similar to ACHR, Story Trading style. We know the fundamentals. We have a long-term position. We were in this because of the catalyst that back here. We gave it to you on July 12th. We're killing it twice on GoodRx because we gave this to you $5.50 on the morning of July 12th, right, on the CVS catalyst. And it ran up really high in a couple days, pulled back, and then this morning an analyst finally gets on board with a huge price target increase, doubling their price target from about $6 to $12, and that's a great catalyst. This one, we had a little bit less conviction on in pre-market, so we had smaller size, but with these targets, we were on board with these targets. Let me see, what did we tell you this morning? Okay, this morning I think we gave you a target of the first target was right here at 787, and then what was the target? If it broke 787, 10 plus was the swing target that we gave you. 10 plus. All right. And you guys, if you're VIPs, you're seeing this in our app, in our Story Trading app. You can download it, storytrading.com/app. And you're also getting on the videos every morning at 9 a.m. So this is just exhilarating. Man, I wish our size was bigger. We were modest. We went about 4 or 5% positions in ACHR and GoodRx. We should have done more. We're working on that. We're working on taking bigger positions because we're so freaking accurate. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I got to take a pause there. Joseph, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, I just want to say, you mentioned very quickly Palantir. You said it was a top pick on Friday, and it was high on the list this morning as well. And I think it hit, you said 19 to 20 on Friday, and it hit in post-market Friday, it hit like 1840 was the high, and then this morning just bursted through 19 and went to 20. It hit 20 a high of day.
Yeah.
And we managed to sell some at those 2 points, some at 19, some in the mid-19s, and some at 20. Yep. So that was fantastic. But yeah, it's just, look, day after day, ACHR GoodRx. Man, I know it's like incredible to see, but it's really come to a point that I'm not surprised to see the top two up 30% each. Like, it's really, it's so common around.
It's the homework paying off, right?
Yeah, it really is. It's so true.
We're on conference calls. We understand the fundamentals. So now when a catalyst comes out, we can interpret the impact. What is the rest of the market going to think of this catalyst, right? So we understand that. We understand what the market is going to think of the catalyst.
Another like recurring theme that I keep seeing also, Ben, is that you come out and you give a pick on the morning show and you love it, and then like a day later, or even sometimes longer than a day, you'll have like a price analyst come out and give a nice target upgrade or some news.
Right.
And it's like, you're part of StoryTrading, you're part of the groups, and you're ahead of the curve. You get in before everybody sees the price target upgrade and this and that. So that's a big thing.
These moves may not be over, right? We still are holding some for bigger swing targets, although we're going to keep our long-term shares in ACHR, but our swing shares we are going to sell today at the end of the day probably. But I think that 6 to 8 range, look at it, we're right in there. Maybe it makes it its way over to 10, which is why we're going to keep our swing shares. And folks over, my buddy over at Rockspear Trading, Rexman, definitely any of these top picks we have, I'd love for you to take a look at it, and you can let your community there know what you think, if there's more room or not. We think there is from a swing perspective, but man, the low-hanging fruit was acting on the catalyst quickly. All right, so that's ACHR GDRX, our top two. Third, and then we had our third and fourth picks. It was PSQH here. PSQH, I'm still holding for the events, right? So it's not so much about the technicals. Okay, I don't have a good chart on this. Actually, let me see if I can share my desktop here on PSQH, and I think I can. Switch to send this up 5-minute candles. Okay, all right, let's do this. Let's share my desktop on a couple of these charts here. All right, this is PSQH. So this is about anticipating a catalyst that's going to break out the stock. It's less about technicals and more about the catalysts that are coming up. So it could happen as early as tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. It depends when we get a press release or when the world finds out that PSQH is going to be the first advertiser on Tucker Carlson's show on Twitter or on X. Okay, so we started getting a position last week ahead of this big event that's coming, and I'm expecting another large pop, and the sell area is $15 to $20 on this. We went through this with Rex last week at Rockspear Trading. Hold on, let me come on, I can't see that. Okay, here we go. Now I got the all right, now I got the y-axis. Okay, there we go. Now you can see the price. So 15 to 20. You can see this is the candle or up here, 15, 50, or right at the top of that candle, or some resistance. So we're looking about 15 to 20 on a pop. All right. So that's PSQH. And technical setups here. Okay. Well, hold on. I got to switch that. I don't like me here. 1 second. That's better. All right, that's PSQH, our third pick of the day. All right, not as good, nearly as good as ACH and GoodRx. Fourth one, Wayfair. Now, Wayfair, it's actually shaping up. This one's shaping up. We're in this morning, and then got out. Now we're back in. Small size. So Wayfair, this had a huge analyst price target increase this morning from 35 to 97 with a massive short squeeze. This is the same thing that caused Carvana and UPST to make like a 25% move in a day. Now, I've never traded Wayfair before. I don't really know the fundamentals, so we only took a small size on this. And I said we got shaken out earlier, and we're back in. So just small size on this one, and let's see if this can accelerate into a 10, 15, 20% move by afternoon. I think it's definitely possible because of the big short position and because of a big price target increase on Wayfair. Overstock, we're waiting for another surge. Okay, had a little bit of a surge this morning. We were all over this last week. We gave this to you, long time ago. We've been playing this for a while, all right? And it's been running and gapping. We've had a couple gaps since we got into it, and we're waiting for one more big move, okay? And I think on the next big move, we're probably going to exit most of our swing shares. Maybe we'll keep some long-term shares at that time. So the catalyst we're waiting for, in fact, let me just check the website. We're waiting for Overstock to officially become BedBathAndBeyond.com. And I think that's going to happen this week. So hasn't happened yet. I'm expecting that to happen this week. I'm expecting a press release. Overstock is now Bed Bath & Beyond. I hope that's the title of the press release. Just like that. I hope they do that. All right. And they do that. Then we're going to run another few dollars, I believe, and challenge last week's high at $39 and make our way, hopefully, to our swing target of 43, which we've been giving you over the last few weeks on Overstock.
Yeah, Overstock continues to look great, man. It's also my personal account. It's one of my biggest holdings, and it's really been paying off. And I think, yeah, it's had some big moves, but like you said, we still expect some bigger moves and a break of 40 and above. Yeah.
And there are some folks out there, as Mark Cords, if you follow him on Twitter, has done a lot of fundamental research on this. He thinks this can go back into the 70s, 80s, 100s, something like that. So
Yeah, there was
maybe.
a price tag recently, right? At $92.
I mean, maybe one analyst came out with that, but there's other analysts, Piper Stanley at $35. I mean, it's a battleground stock.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a battleground stock. It's a relatively high short position of 12%. Their sales have been declining pretty rapidly over the last couple of years. So this is about Bed Bath & Beyond reinvigorating their business, and it's also about an asset that they have in blockchain that could be unlocked. And if that asset value is unlocked, that could be worth like $36 a share alone, is what I'm hearing. So lots of upside optionality in Overstock. All right, those are like the top 5. And after that, look at PSQH here, hopefully making a move towards a high today. All right, after that, we gave you a continuation pick on LAP. We gave this to you last week on the analyst upgrade. We got the analyst upgrade after 2 weeks straight down over the 50 DMA. Target 20 DMA was the first target. Now it's pulled back below that 20 DMA. If you can reclaim and close above 156, I'm looking for 180 plus on LAP with earnings next week, I believe. 2 weeks. Earnings are in 2 weeks on that. And our VIPs know what catalysts to look for on LAP to anticipate and predict a massive price re-rating on LAP. That could come, just like we have these 30% days in ACHR and GoodRx. We're waiting for the right catalyst to say, make that LAP our top pick. It hasn't happened yet. And if it happens, we're going to take a big position in LAP. So we're waiting to see if that news happens. All right.
Okay.
Apron. Yeah. Another one with, and now I have to switch to my desktop again. Another one that could have a massive re-rating, and this one could be even a bigger re-rating than LAP. So let's head on over to my desktop again, since TD has a problem on this chart as well for some reason. Okay, so here we go. Apron is, where are we that triggered it? It was the daily 20-day moving average. Okay, see, we're above the 20-day moving average. Now, we're not technical traders. We're story traders. This is one factor of many. I mean, why is this even on our list? Because of a potential of a 10-bagger re-rating fundamentally, and because we have an event coming up. We have earnings coming up in a couple weeks, and there could be information in there which changes the perception of the market and causes the stock to re-rate. It could happen. It could not happen. Okay? Not necessarily in this earnings report are we going to get what we want. All right? Story trading VIPs will hear about what we're waiting for, and we're going to give it to you in real time on the earnings if we get what we want out of it. But in the meantime, wow, look at ACHR. It looks like we shaved them off at $6.50 right there. Okay. Yeah. In the meantime, on APR, so now you have event anticipate because of the potential. This is a potential 10-bagger. So this thing's going to run into the event, but not automatically. If you have multiple pillars, you say, okay, now we're breaking the 20 DMA. We have event anticipation coming up in a couple weeks. That's a trigger for us. This is high risk. This is a very high risk stock because there is offering risk. There is a risk they come in and do bad offering and the stock drops 50%. Okay. The upside is 10 times, but also more acutely, the upside is up here at 613 at your next moving average. There's also candle resistance. Where was it? At 567 maybe is the first resistance, and 613. That's low-hanging fruit right here. Low-hanging fruit as people get excited and anticipate the potential that they're going to hear the news they want for this stock to make a move towards $50. Now, they may not get that news. So low-hanging fruit, that's a trade, and we're going to take this trade, right? We're not going to hold everything through earnings. We have a smaller position we're holding longer term for the earnings report, but on this anticipation move, we're going to make a few extra bucks.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's good. Sounds like a good plan.
All right, that's the plan on that as we switch back to our screen. So Apron, let's see if we can hold that 20 DMA and cause a breakout there. Let me just look at ACHR because we have 650. Unbelievable. Wow. All right. That's beautiful. So our top picks just killing it today. Palantir, we talked to you about. Look, I didn't change the order of this list. The order of this list was locked in at 9:15, really 9 a.m. this morning. But by 9:15 a.m., we made some adjustments at the end of our show. Maybe we ended at 9:20 a.m. this morning. It was locked in. And if you look at the performance since 9:20 a.m., it's not like we just picked the ones that were up 34% in pre-market. You can see here, 525, 530 was the price of ACHR. Now 640. Good RX, the price at pre-market was about 740, 735, 740. Now $9. Okay. This was picked in pre-market, guys, in this order. PSQH, not much of a move yet, but let's see. We're going to get a big move soon. Wayfair has been now about break even if you got in pre-market. We got shaken out and back in, so a little trickier on that. Overstock's been up all day since the pre-market price. So this is just unbelievable how I think we're the only show in all of FinTwit and all of Wall Street that we're bold enough to go out there and say, what are our top 2 or 3 picks that we think are going to outperform today? No one else does that. No one else does that. Everyone's like, you got to watch it. You got to wait for the breakout. We don't know which ones are going to move. That's what everyone does. Everyone hedges their bets. They're not willing to make predictions off of catalysts. But we are, because we have 30 years of experience. We have a multidisciplinary approach. We're considering, we don't believe markets are chaotic and random. We believe they make sense, and you can predict logical movements in price action based on a full understanding, at least, best we can. Nothing's perfect, right? Based on this holistic understanding, knowing that there's fundamental investors out there, there's sentiment traders out there, there's headline traders out there, there's technical traders out there, respecting all the market participants, respecting and believing that the market's efficient, and that allows us to predict rapid re-ratings in price. No one does this better than us. Really, absolutely no one. Honestly, I think we should probably charge $300 a month for a service. But right now, you get it for only $30, right? You only get it for 1 week free preview, then $30 a month. But if this keeps going on, we might actually have to raise it to like $100 or something like that. I don't know, about 300. It's worth 300. I'm not sure how many people can afford that.
Oh, good RX, new high day, by the way.
I see it. I'm looking at it. I'm enjoying it. We gave our VIP members this morning, after it broke the 52-week high this morning at 8:58, we told them swing to 10 plus was the target. The swing to 10 plus was the target. Can it happen today? This is unbelievable. This is uncanny, man. We're too good at this, I got to say.
It happened today, man. I have to say, Ben, just quickly, like listening to you, if I was watching this and not part, look at that, look at it go. If I was part of it and not, if I was watching this and not part of the story trading community, I would be kicking myself that I hadn't joined sooner and right away run and sign up. So, I mean, again, no pressure to anybody, but I mean, how can you see this and not think $30 a month is worth having this info? Like, man, it's incredible.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. And by the way, Joseph Levy here, he founded Ascendant Capital. He came to me, he said, do you want to do this with me? And I said, absolutely. So we started a hedge fund together, and it's based off of the signals we get from the story trading process. And I think, I don't know, I'm going to put it out there. We're up. Our hedge fund is up 5.6% this morning, and we take very low risk at this time. We have many, many positions. Like we only went in like a 4% position in ACRH, a 4% position in GDRX, high of day. And with that very conservative, we don't do margin. With this very conservative approach, our hedge fund's up 5.6% today. So
that's
if you're a high net worth individual, you want to join us. Actually, tomorrow is our deadline to get in for the month of August. So you can reach out to us or go to ascendingcapital.com to figure out how to invest.
That's like triple. That's like triple what RK is doing right now.
Yeah, we're crushing the markets today, crushing the markets on very low risk, very conservative size. To be honest with you, though, we're trying to get, our accuracy rate is so freaking incredible. I think, honestly, if we got back and back tested our top picks since we started the show May 1st, since we started this hedge fund, it's been 3 months. If you go back and back test that and you say, okay, let's just put like a 10 or 15% position in the stock from 9 a.m. and sell it at 4 p.m., I bet your hedge fund would be up 50, 60% in the last 2 or 3 months. So, that's something that we're going to have to look at. We're going to keep adjusting our process. But for right now, we've been pretty conservative. But that's cool because I like being up a huge amount today on Very conservative approach. All right. What else? I have to bring up Plug. You have to go. When do you have to go, Joseph?
I have to go now. But yeah, before let me just say Plug. This has
Let's just
been a
look at
big.
Plug, and then we're gonna close. We're
Yeah,
gonna
just
end
talk
the
to
show
me
here.
about Plug. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Plug, we've been in a swing since that big news they had. And if you're story trading, you knew the big news they had that caused it to make this move from, I forgot exactly when we got in, but we made that move towards the 200 DMA. It couldn't break the 200 DMA, pulled back, bounced off the 20. You see how the 20 DMA. Now it's back up, challenging the 200 DMA. This is ready to go. The RSI is 63. Now, I am not going to predict that it will break out just on technicals alone because I'm not a pure technical trader. But I will say if there's any little catalyst, any little spark, and it could happen tomorrow morning, they come out, whatever tiny, either a small contract win or analyst upgrade, boom, this thing's gone. It's $14 to $16 on Plug. So we've been holding that since the last thing. All right. If you have to run, Joseph, you can do that. I'm going to take a question.
Okay, yeah, you go for it. Finish it. Well done. Really fantastic day yet again. And thanks everybody who's listening. Okay, we'll talk soon. See you tomorrow, guys.
Great.
Okay.
See ya. Let's look at Talk. So Talk has been a longer term position for us, but like the methodology we're using here, we saw the catalyst last week. It was earnings. It was a great earnings report. And we went through why we thought the stock would explode. We gave it to you at 150 in pre-market on Thursday morning. And basically, they're not moving the goalposts. This is a company, a smaller micro-cap company on the cusp of profitability. Now, 3 quarters in a row, they've been saying by Q1 2024, they're going to be profitable and have $100 million cash, no debt left over at the end of that process. And they've been sticking to that. That is a great sign for 3 quarters in a row. I think institutions were piling in here at 150 last week. So look, we took the quick one or 2 day move over here. We saw some resistance in the low 180s. So we're out of our swing position, but we kept our long-term shares. We're out of our swing position, kept our long-term shares. We do have a VIP show we do with Rexman at in the Roxbury community. We did that Friday with him, a VIP show you can access through our VIP program, our VIP app at StoryTrading.com app. On that, he was giving us targets which really make sense, where the technicals really match the fundamentals, right? He was saying this could go to $2, $3, $4, and I agree with that. But I think that's going to be more towards the end of the year. So maybe Q4 to Q1, you can see this $2, $3, $4 on Talk. Let's see what we got. Kick myself for missing the picks. I got burned on one loser and held off after. Okay, Ben. Well, I don't know if you're part of VIP of our community, but if you're kicking yourself, you can join at StoryTrading.com/app and become a member. And wow, look at this. It's good RX. This is crazy. I can't believe it. All right, let's see if there's any questions from Rumble. Don't see any questions at Rumble. So what we're going to do is call it a day right here. Appreciate everyone's participation. Usually we do this every day at 1 p.m. We had to do it early because Joseph had to get out of there, but we'll be back at it 1 p.m. every day, our free program. But if you want to look, why would you want to hear about ACHR at 6:40 when you could have heard about it at 5 this morning? I bought at 5. Okay. Why would you want to hear about Good RX at 9:20 when you could have bought it at 7:40 this morning? So you can tune in. We'll give you the updates at 1 p.m. But if you really want to get some outperformance, nothing's guaranteed, obviously. But if you really want to have a chance at better outperformance, become a VIP at StoryTrading.com. Download our app, and we'll see you bright and early at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thanks, everyone, for joining, and good luck the rest of the day.